While at the cameras. Like the press. Right, in we go. So this is designed to be a teaching room, but also a committee room. So the chairs can be moved around and they can use it for teaching. They've got the data projector here. So it didn't look like this. In fact, it looked pretty grim, didn't it? It was holes in all.
It's certainly very smart.
They've even got the curtains for you. Look at the far end, and it'll be a room hopefully where they can remember your long service to the squadron. We wanted you to formally open this room because the staff have been working very hard to refurbish it.
It's certainly very nice.
In their own time. So it's a room really to remind those who use it of your unique contribution to this squadron and the Air Cadet organisation in general, because not only this squadron but to other squadrons in the wing. And we'll put your service record up there. We've got your photograph.
Oh, there's a photograph there.
Okay, so just a few facts and figures about you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You joined 1165 Squadron at Oswald Street in 1962.
That's correct.
You joined the Air Cadet organisation. Who can tell me how long ago that was? 1962. It's exactly 60 years ago.
I was married that year as well.
You're married as well. So you joined the squadron 60 years ago. You joined 2497 Squadron here at Cosford as a commanding officer in 1971.
Correct.
So that was 51 years ago.
Yeah.
So Flight Lieutenant Rhodes was the officer commanding here at Cosford when the squadron first started in 1971. So he served as commanding officer for 15 years.
Yeah.
And you were a member of the civilian committee after that for
29 years as chairman.
That's right, 32 years altogether, and 29 of those were as chairman. Okay, and you've been president of the squadron for the last 4 years.
4 years now, yeah.
So that's a total of 51 years with this squadron, and 9 years before that with other squadrons.
That was also, yeah.
But I think more than all those dates and those numbers, I think you've been a great inspiration to cadets through your enthusiasm really for flying, because a very accomplished pilot, many hours of flying, tug planes and grobs and all sorts of planes going back an awful long way. And all those other kind of activities that you encourage cadets to involve in, all those adventure training as well. So, you know, you have been a great inspiration, I think, to the cadets over many years. And I know how proud you've been to see so many of these young people develop as cadets. And nothing pleases Mr. Rhodes more than seeing cadets like you looking smart and in your uniforms and doing the various activities that you do. Above all of that, I think hopefully this room will be a reminder to future staff and cadets. You've been very proud of the squadron, and I think it's a reminder that the squadron is also very proud of you and the contribution that you've made. So we thank you for that, and we hope this room will be a way to remember all that you've given.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we just a round of applause?
It is indeed an honour and a privilege for me to be here and to have a room named after me especially. as Robert said, I did serve with the RAF from 1951 to 55. I wanted to be a pilot, but they wouldn't have me, so I finished up as a ground engineer. And I learned to fly as a private pilot later on, as Robert mentioned, mainly with started with the gliding club at the station here, Cosford rather. And then I went down to Technol, and not Technol, Technol, and at Seifert, so I mean a tug pilot. And I did 2,000 tows of tuggy there. This squadron, first of all, started as a detached flight of Wellington, the 1130 Wellington Squadron. And the first CO here was John Pybus. He was squadron there. And I moved from Oswestry, where I was there for 9 years, where I joined the cadets. I was a CI, warrant officer, and I was commissioned at Oswestry. And then I made CO at Oswestry until I transferred over here to Cosford and take over as CO from John Pybus, who retired. And as you rightly say, I've been here since 71. I was also the wing deputy wing chairman, and I work at the museum as a tour guide. And it is indeed very proud of both of me to see all you because how many in the squadron now, Giles?
About 75.
How many?
About 75.
75, tremendous, absolutely tremendous. We must be one of the largest squadrons in the wing. We're certainly the best, aren't we? And cadets undoubtedly they thrive on being belong to a uniform, disciplined organisation. And it's always a pleasure to see you cadets. You're always so polite, you're all smart when you invite you come over here. And so we're very proud of you. And of course it's a tremendous stepping stone for you in your future careers when you do eventually start work. We've had one or two achievements in the squadron. One of the main ones, Brett Archer, who's a photograph of you. You're probably all already bored of hearing about me and my tornado flight, which Brett Archer took me up in the tornado, which he was a first year pilot. Unfortunately, he had to come tonight, but he's still flying Hawks up in Yorkshire, and that was just a bit special. It was my 75th birthday, and we went from Lucas, came right down to Cosford, to 2 weeks on the airfield, back up north. He let me fly it, and we're turned it upside down, we're doing 1,000 miles an hour upside down. Quite a flight. I can recommend it.
And can I add that he said later that the person who inspired him to fly, to take up flying, was you.
Well,
so there you are.
yes, well, I used to encourage every cadet when you're 16 in those days, best for me as the CO at the time, to get your name put down to get on a flying scholarship. And there's no doubt that Brett Archer started his career as a private pilot on a flying scholarship from here. And that was a thank you he gave when he became a fast jet pilot, when he took me up in the tornado. Quite a ride. We had another cadet who was killed, sadly, in a tornado accident. Richard Wright, his name was. He's buried in Albright Churchyard, and we have a trophy in the squadron called the Richard Wright Trophy, which I think is still awarded every year to a cadet that achieved something in aviation in memory of Richard, that he was killed in a flying accident. The Air Training Corps, of course, is reckoned to be the largest youth organisation in the country. And I think it's a figure of 38,000, I've heard, as the number. And of course, it's been going now for 80 years, did you say?
81.
80. And I belong to it, thankfully, for that 61 years with the cadets, 50 here, 9 in Oswestry, and I spent, of course, my 4 years in the Royal Air Force. So by 90 years of age, I've done 65 years for the Royal Air Force. So beat that.
Well, might do, you never know.
Well, I do, again, sincerely thank you all for what you've done and for giving me the privilege and the honour of my name on the door. And I wish the squadron all the very best. We are the best in the wing, and we are the biggest in the wing. At 75 at the moment.
We've been up to 90 at one time, so tremendous achievement. So carry on and enjoy your time there. And hopefully, I mean, you're go on into the Air Force. That's about it. Thank you.
Right, well, thank you. Thank you very much, Colonel.